You are listening to AM Thunder, the official pay-per-view review show of Kayfabe Talk Radio. And now your hosts, Eric the Red and Mr. Bones. Okay, everybody on YouTube, welcome to the official Battleground review show from Kayfabe Talk Radio. It's AM Thunder. I'm Eric the Red, joined along with, as always,
Mr. Bones. What's up, guys?
Now, oof. Should we start complaining now, or, well, jeez, this pay-per-view is just,
Hey, you know what? I feel sick already. So the quicker we get done with Battleground, the better.
Oh, man. Yeah, let's just get the pain out of the way. We're going to start with the pre-show match here, with Aiden English getting a win. Yes, you heard it right, folks. Aiden English actually got a win, defeating Ty Dillinger. Ty Dillinger must have pissed someone off in the back. Did you watch this match, or,
No, I think I heard about it, but I didn't. I just kind of skimmed over. So what did he? So, do you think Ty Dillinger pulled a? Do you think he pulled a Tyler Breeze where he went home or pissed somebody off in the back to? Because he was like the hottest thing in WWE for a while, and now he's getting beaten by a member of the Vaudevillains, or the former Vaudevillain.
He had to piss somebody off. I don't know, like, he saw something he wasn't supposed to in the back. I don't know. But or maybe he took headphones from the Big Show again. I don't know, like what JTG did a few years ago.
Huh.
But yeah, I honestly, I saw highlights of the match during the Battleground show. I didn't watch the match myself, but you know, these guys do okay. I'm sure it was a pretty good match, but you know, just and don't get me wrong, I'm happy that like a guy actually won who's known as Aiden English. I mean, honestly, if you wanted to do the story right, they had this their third match, if I'm not mistaken, singles match. Usually it should have been the heel wins, you know, at least twice, and then the avenging babyface comes back. But hey, I don't know. WWE wants to do their own stories and fuck everybody else, huh? Next up, we had a really good tag match. This is probably the highlight, and it only went downhill after this. The New Day defeating the Usos.
Probably the best match in this entire piece of shit pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you and I both really weren't looking forward to this match going into this. I mean, it, you know, because especially after Money in the Bank, they had a really lackluster match. But, yeah, no, really good match. A lot of good spots, especially good counter work. Great counter work on that one spot where, I forget which Uso it was. That's a problem I always have with them. But one of the Usos hit Xavier Woods out of nowhere with a super kick. And to me, I thought that could have been a finish, but no, it kept going.
Yeah.
You know.
It was a pretty good match. I liked a lot of the spots. I liked Woods. Woods was very much in the match. Usually he's the one on the sidelines for the most of it. So he looked good. The fans were really into this match. I think this is the best the New Day has looked in probably a year. Is
Yeah.
they, like they pulled like kind of like a John Cena, because they pretty much are the John Cena of uh tag teams right now. Like they are, in a lot of ways they are very over, but at the same time they have detractors. I'm was one of the detractors. I still kind of think that they should, as far as a tag team, they should dissolve as a tag team and become more of a stable, and work on getting other belts. But I mean, if the crowd can get behind them, they can entertain a crowd. I'd say leave them be for the time being until they get stale again, and then I think then maybe they should, you know start heading out of that division itself and try to win bigger belts. But pretty good match. Kingston looked great. The Usos looked good as heels. They got a lot of heel heat. It
Yeah.
was a classic tag team match, and I think for what it did, I think it was the best match on SmackDown.
And honestly, to me, like the finish was, it was a solid. Like as some people were saying, oh, it was anticlimactic. They should have done like the midnight hour or whatever. No, I think like Woods' fucking elbow drop from one part of the ring all the way to the other side of the ring is good enough. You know what I mean? That, like you and I have said it. Like sometimes you need like the element of surprise too. Like
Yeah,
and for that,
can't always do the finisher as your finish. Always have to do something new and different to put somebody away.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
and dude, Xavier Woods, I don't know about you, and then we'll move on. I thought he was really fucking like. I thought he shined really good. Like I forgot how fucking good the guy really is.
no, because he hasn't wrestled. I mean, really hasn't wrestled. Like how, the guy was a good hand in the ring, but he's been outside of it. Like he's been the like kind of like the mascot for New Day rather than like an actual like member. And when you actually get to see a wrestle, you kind of baffled. You're like, why doesn't he get to go more? I mean, Big E and Kofi Kingston are fucking fantastic in their respective abilities, but
Yeah.
um, Xavier Woods is no fucking slouch, man.
Uh,
He can go.
the
So
one
like it's great to see him do that every once in a while.
the one thing I was really concerned though was how Biggie wasn't even in the match and he was sweating really bad like he was in the match. Like that's one thing. Like usually like I don't notice things like this like all the time. Like I really don't pay attention to dudes sweating, but I was like, all right, this is a little weird. Like we're like 10 minutes into the match and this guy who's on the apron is sweating like he just worked the match. Like what the fuck is going on
Maybe he
here?
was sick.
You could, yeah,
Maybe he was
actually
sick. Maybe that's why he
that's
wasn't
a
in the
really
match.
good. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's actually a really good observation there. Yeah, maybe he was actually sick, hence why he wasn't in the match. That yeah, good point. Good point actually. Um, next match. What a fucking letdown. Nakamura defeating Baron Corbin by disqualification. Of course, Baron Corbin hitting Nakamura between the legs. Like I just want to say real quick before we pick this part a little bit here. What like think about this for a second. Excluding the fact that the ticket prices went down, and we'll get into that in this review. But think about it. You're paying close to thousands of dollars, even just to sit front row for a match you probably have been waiting for the past 4 weeks from build up on a TV show, only to just get a fucking DQ finish. And these guys work for 12 minutes just to do a DQ finish. Like, to do this shit on Raw, SmackDown, fine, it's build up for the pay per view, but to do the fucking
I mean,
spot.
if you do a
It's
DQ finish, at least have it be like a 20-minute match where you two guys are beating the fuck out of each other and they can't get up anymore.
well, not a DQ. I would say referee stoppage. I'd say referee stoppage is what they need to do more in WWE. Like DQ finishes, I don't know. It's getting a little overkill with me. I think they should do it more on, honestly, I'd say stick that more on Raw or SmackDown, because, who the fuck, like, think about it. Just think hypothetically. You're building up a match back in, the 90s
But
between
why do a
whomever.
DQ? No. But why do the only time a DQ ending works is if it's a chicken shit heel who doesn't want to give up his belt. It doesn't work between two guys that have nothing on the line.
If the Money in the Bank briefcase was on the line, then yes, do this.
Yeah, it
By
doesn't
all
make any.
means.
It doesn't make any fucking sense for somebody um, if you have nothing to put on the line, if um you're facing a guy for basically nothing, then why, like, other than a feud, then why the fuck would you take a DQ?
Right. Right, exactly. I mean, no, that's kind of why I don't understand it. The psychology sucks. I mean, the match itself, it was what it was. I mean, not for nothing, when you can't get a good match and you're Shinsuke Nakamura at a Baron Corbin, it means there's something wrong there. And not with Nakamura, but with, what we like to call on this show puke.
Puke. He's gonna puke.
Yeah, for all those that are new to our show on here on YouTube, there was an episode a few AM Thunder episodes ago where me and him established that this guy is pretty much looks like legit puke, but also, like, if you ever seen the Beyond the Mat movie where Vince McMahon says that famous line, he's gonna puke. That pretty much exemplifies what Baron Corbin's gimmick pretty much looks like, sounds like, should be, etc. So, I never see this guy as having potential from here on out, and I haven't ever since he made it on the main roster. Just, guy's a waste.
Oh yeah, he's a fucking he is, but you know what? He's gonna end up being fucking champion at some point.
And that's the sad part. I wish it was a one of those fake out Money in the Bank wins where, say, like, I don't know, when a guy like Mr. Kennedy or Sandow, some of the crowd actually wanted to win but didn't.
Oh no, you not beat Cena. Cena
Yeah.
bury you.
Oh, we're gonna talk about Cena. Oh, gay.
Uh,
Next match, we had the dark horse, the very dark horse in the match, Natalya, winning the fatal 5-way elimination match between Becky, Charlotte,
just put
Lana,
the
and
fucking
Tamina.
belt on Natalya. Just put the fucking belt on
I
her,
wish,
please.
dude. I've been preaching for about 6 years now. She's not getting the rightful just. I don't understand why people. There's a lot of people actually that
This
are
this
not
should
big
be
on
your
her.
this should be your this should be the feud that they do next. Natalya gets the belt. Face Charlotte, or Becky goes after her. Either if Becky fights her, then it should be Becky face Becky and heel Natalya. If Charlotte goes after her, do a double turn. Have
But
Natalya become a face and Charlotte become a heel.
now
That's how I would do it.
that's no. I mean, that's pretty good. Though, to me, selfishly, I've always thought that they should do a like a I know it's been done before, but there's no harm in doing it again. Where you have a first time ever 3-generation group with the women of Charlotte, Tamina, and Natalya running roughshod. again, SmackDown doesn't have enough women. This is something where if you had all the women on one show, you could have pulled it off. But I think that selfishly that would have been a better thing to run. But at the same time, Charlotte's better as a heel. In my opinion, Natalya's better as a face. I don't know.
So what are you gonna do? A legacy?
Yeah, like a female legacy.
Oh, so Tamina's the Ted DiBiase.
No, she's the Manu. If you remember who Manu was,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, the Samoan that nobody remembers. the forgotten Samoan.
Oh man.
But yeah, this match, it's not that I hated it. It's just something didn't click, and by something I mean two women by the name of Lana and Tamina. And don't get me wrong, guys, I wanna like Lana. I just think that she still has some
she's
work
better
to
as a
do.
manager though.
Well, it's not that she. No, all right. She was great as a manager. More for Rusev that was. She sucked when she was with Ziggler, but I think honestly she should be down in NXT a little bit longer. It's just my personal thought. I think they did rush her up too quick because like when they were like announcing her, like okay, maybe she's ready to go. Now it's like, nah. Don't get me wrong, she's not Eva Marie bad, but she's also not good. You know what I mean? Like she needs a little more work to be done here. But yeah. Next match on the card. I know we're flying through here, but we got Kevin Owens in a really weird finish defeating AJ Styles for the United States Championship. I just feel like that I honestly thought that they were doing a finish where both of the guys' shoulders were on the mat. I had no idea that that's what they were going with, but to be simple, pretty good match with some decent spots, with a really bad finish.
Yeah, he pushed him into the ref, and then it was like a weird count.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all. I mean, the same could be said even with the spot from the previous match.
Okay, we've seen matches where you push into the ref. Oh, it's a weird situation because sometimes when you go into the ref or you attack the ref, or you push somebody into the ref, they get pissed off and they'll call the match. And then other times they get up and then they're like, "Whoa, what happened? What happened?" And then they'll start counting. It's so fucking weird. It's like it's inconsistent.
I just feel like these three matches in a row, the Nakamura match, the women's match, and this one, it's just really fucking weird and anticlimactic finishes. I don't know.
But you can't do them. You can do maybe. Okay, this is how I would do it. You don't do all of them as weird finishes. You space them out. If you're gonna do a wonky finish, you do it in a match that has a storyline building towards it.
Yeah.
Something where you can do something later on in another. You don't do something where and it really doesn't make sense because why did you give like this is your second main belt and you're basically flip-flopping the belt.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
It makes no fucking sense.
Yep. That's WWE logic for you. It's just
it boggles the fucking mind, dude, because then the belt doesn't mean anything. Because you just won it at a house show, so the whole point of him winning at a house show was to show, hey, anything can happen. And then the next pay-per-view, you're like, nope. He's
Hey,
not champion anymore.
hey, I guess anything can happen, huh? we're we're just gonna say, hey, anything can happen. We're just gonna flip flop the belt in a month. We're just gonna have fucking 5. You know how like say like New Japan has like I don't know only 4 guys or 6 champions within like 4 years or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just gonna like do all that in 1 month with the U.S. title. That's what we'll do. We're just
Oh
gonna
my
make it.
God.
We're gonna turn the U.S. title into the hardcore title. You missed the hardcore title, right? Yeah, we're now making that the flip
We're gonna
flop
make
belt.
every belt the hardcore title, where
Every
you can
belt's
lose
the
it.
hardcore
You
title.
can lose it to anyone, and one of Godfather's hoes is gonna end up winning it.
Can we have Godfather's Ho win the U.S. title now? I want her to make a comeback run. To quote the WWE Universe, she deserves it.
Oh my God.
Um, Next, all right. Here's where the old Jim Cornette radar is gonna start going off on me here. Well, not quite yet, but it's getting there. It's John Cena defeating Rusev in the old school flag match. Now don't get me wrong, I've been praising Cena's work for the past 2 years. But at the same time, this is a typical John Cena match. Once Rusev was setting up those tables, I knew A, that was the end, and B, what the finish was going to be right from there. It
Did
was
you
just.
really think? Did you really think good old America John Cena would fucking lose?
Dude,
Did you really think?
I would have honestly bet. I would have honestly bet fucking thousands of dollars on this match just because I knew I fucking like if anyone thought in their right mind that Cena was going to lose in an old school flag match with defending Old Glory, you just you had another thing coming, Bobby. Like I just it baffles me that some people are like, oh, maybe Rusev will actually win. How?
You notice Journey in the background, just like fuck you for talking shit about Cena.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
anyone who doesn't understand that, Eric's dog is a huge Cena mark.
I see. I don't understand it. Like it's been like this for the past 9 years, where Cena's music will come on. My puppy here, he runs right to the TV, just watches good old John Cena. Just I don't get it. I don't get.
He's 9 years old. He's like every other 9-year-old that likes like Cena.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Um, I don't think he's a fan of. I don't think he's fond of a guy like Roman Reigns though. That I don't know. But yeah, he
No,
loves
I think he fell asleep when during that match.
yeah, he much like a lot of people would. Yeah, he I don't know, dude. I mean, the flag match is what it was. It was a Cena
Why did they
match.
bring him back just to bury Rusev? And honestly, we've seen this feud play out before.
And
Why?
to quote The Rock, like I really didn't think that this was that was gonna look that bad. But to quote The Rock for Rusev, somebody got a haircut. That just I don't know, dude. He looked better with the long hair. He just looked more. I mean, he didn't look intimidating to me to begin with, but at least he looked somewhat like a wrestler. Here, he just looks like he just got done at the bar. He just got done hanging out at the barber shop, and now he's just gonna go work on his novel in Starbucks. To me, he lost weight too, so he just looks less intimidating. I don't know. Rusev now just looks really weird. He just doesn't look like a fucking tough
Okay,
guy.
so if they were gonna do the whole like new look and everything, why didn't they just give him a new gimmick?
He needs new
What?
music too. Like that music is just really bad. Like it's really played
Matsuka.
out. Like I like the Machta phrase. Like I think when he says Rusev Machta, it is funny. Like I laugh, but I think he needs new music completely. Like they gave Lana new music, which it's not really better than what she had before, but I mean, I just try something new. Like him coming out with this weird new look and then just come out to the same music. It just doesn't match. Doesn't match at all. But yeah. So let's see. Next up, we had Sami
Oh, you're gonna have
Zayn.
fun.
Sami Zayn defeating Bitch Boy there. Hey, I'm happy Sami won, but dude, why wasn't this on the why wasn't this on the kickoff? Like I didn't give a fuck to watch this. And it sucks that I love Sami Zayn. I've always liked him even when he was El Generico, of course, but I just really am not a fan of this fucking
SmackDown.
clown show. Well, yeah,
Oh no,
this,
SmackDown's gone so fucking downhill.
yeah, I
It's
mean,
gone downhill, Bubby.
With this pay per view, it could only get worse if they keep pay per views like this.
To be honest, I honestly think they, not for nothing, they should have left Bray on this piece of shit and let AJ and Kevin go back to Raw.
No, AJ needs to stay put. This is the house that AJ Styles built, and we're leaving it that way.
Unless he wins the championship, I don't want to be a fucking mid-carder. Well, like, guys like Jinder Mahal get to be champions.
And I understand that, but at the same time, we all gotta remember. We all have to remember here is that yeah. I think once this whole Jinder Mahal experience ends, and believe you me, we're gonna get into him, in a few seconds or so. Once that experiment's done, I don't be surprised if they put him and Nakamura in the title scene again, and Cena goes away. Orton's now gone for a month. So you don't be surprised.
You mean he could get good again?
Huh? You mean they're actually gonna give a damn?
You mean Vince won't do most of the booking?
Well, a lot of the booking here is being accused. It's being accused of Road Dogg being just having a really off night and just booking really bad matches. I don't know. I don't know what the case was with who booked this or what, but if it was Road Dogg, dude, I don't want to fucking, write him off. I would say if he keeps booking this, yeah, the guy maybe need to go away, but, I would like to think that he knows well enough to improve. So, yeah. Let's get into the shitstorm now, shall we?
Oh, okay.
Here's where the fun begins. Oh boy. Oh
All
boy.
right.
All right. So now, the Punjabi prison match, or in the words of, or how to say it like Jinder Mahal, the Punjabi prison match between Randy Orton and Jinder My Balls. Listen. Before we get into the actual match, I just want to mention, before this pay-per-view actually started, it was said about the entire week that Jinder Mahal here, the lovely direction that they're going in, isn't doing too well. With not just the Indian market, but over here, they had a hard time selling the tickets. So, any tickets at Battleground, for example, if it was a $125 ticket, it went down to $75. If you had a $55 ticket, it went down to $25. And you had a $25 ticket, you could have went to a show for close to $10. $10.
Because they know no one wanted to go to this piece of shit.
There's nothing for nothing, dude. There's a reason why there's only been three 3 Punjabi prison matches. I like the concept, don't get me wrong, and I like the idea of, them having, like, the cage that almost resembles the blue bar cage from the 80s, whereas, like, it's not chain link, it's actual bars. I just wish they would just stick with bringing back the old school blue cage at that rate if you're gonna do that. The whole 2 cages just looks bad, like, live. Like, I can imagine how terrible it looks. You can't see anything. It's just really fucking the view is just really obstructed with 2 cages there. It just looks terrible. It really does.
Or you could have 2 guys that, like to work, you know. I think everyone would have given this a pass. Like, the match would have been like, everyone would, okay, if you would have had Kevin Owens and AJ in a fucking Punjabi prison match, because they can fucking work.
Dude, imagine the spots. Just imagine those spots that we would have fucking got from AJ diving off that fucking thing. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, fuck, man. I don't know. I'd rather
The reason that this match is so looked down upon is nobody wants to do spots off of it. No one gives a shit to do anything with this match. It's basically all it is what you said. It obstructs the view, but they do nothing with it. It's a useless prop.
It's a very useless prop. The only use it had was one of the Singh brothers thrown to the table, which, hey, guess what? Shane McMahon did that a year and a half ago off the Hell in a Cell. Like, come on now. Like, we just had the fucking son of the owner just dive off the cell, and you had, like, I think, was it like 2 or 3 years ago, Dean and Seth are flying off the cell, going through the table. What makes this unique compared to anything else we've seen from this company? The Chamber, even with the new upgrades, still is a much more fun match. It's not that obstructed. It is a view. Cage matches are always, say what you will. Cage matches live or whatever look better. They look better than this fucking thing. It's just the whole idea of having 2 cages. You have 1 cage, fine. You have 2 cages, it just comes out worse. I don't know.
Because it reminds me of? It reminds me of WCW.
Hey, thank you. That's what I was saying when I was watching this. It's just WCW run over it, and even like, oh, you have 60 seconds. And it reminds me of TNA too a little bit. Like, you have 60 seconds until the door closes.
No,
for good.
If you're gonna do something like this, it should be simple for fans to understand. Everything should be simple for the fans to get out. You have simple rules, things that have to happen in a certain way, and if they don't, then because if you do all this like stupid bullshit, you end up getting a match. Remember that escape match from WCW where you had to go down like 3 levels?
The Tower of Doom. Oh
yeah. Tower of Doom. Yeah, that's what this reminds me of, the fucking Tower of Doom. And you have this botched thing where they get out. It was what, Macho Man and Hulk Hogan were at the top, and they had to get through Arn Anderson, Ric Flair. It was the 4 Horsemen and who else? And
are you confusing this with Are you confusing this with the War Games, where they had the 2 rings?
No, it was a match. I forgot what pay-per-view it was. It was a match where Hulk Hogan and Macho Man they were in a Tower of Doom match, and they were at the very top, and they had to get all the way down and escape the tower. And it was supposed to be once they escaped, the match was over. But then they ended up pinning. They ended up pinning Arn Anderson for the win, which made no fucking sense because the referees made it sound like as soon as they got out, they won.
I honestly don't even remember this.
It's a weird match. You gotta look that up.
All right, let me see. I'm looking it up. I gotta look. Yeah, I'm trying to find it. But yeah, another thing too with this thing, this fucking wonderful match is like none for nothing. I love how in every single one of these, it's the same bullshit where, ooh, the baby face is still in the ring and the heel is already on the second cage. Oh no, the baby face now is on the on top of the first cage. Now he's climbing to the third. The second. I just and also too, like the best match so far between any of the Punjabi prison matches is still Taker and Big Show. One, because there was blood. Two, because they did some table spots. And three, because it's Taker and Big Show. These guys actually know how to fucking work for a damn. Not saying Orton doesn't, but at the same time, Jinder Mahal is not exactly a great opponent.
Orton has gotten to the point where he's.
Can we at least analyze?
Him and Cena can have fantastic matches. I have never said that they can't. Cena's better as a worker, but Randy is no slouch. He can have a great match. He very rarely has a really terrible one. The problem with him is, like Cena, they can phone it in. They like to phone it in. If they just want to get through it, they want to coast on all their previous accolades, and they will, especially if it's an opponent that they could give two fucks about.
Yeah. By the way, as a side note, we did find out that the match that Pat was referring to is it was the Mega Powers against the Alliance to end Hulkamania in a 3-tiered steel cage match. I want to say it was at WCW Uncensored. 95 or 96 or so. Yeah. This is pretty much what the Punjabi prison match kind of reminds us. And let's address the fucking elephant in the room.
The literal elephant?
The literal elephant that looks like a melting man. He literally looks like Scott Hall, just if you stretched him out and he's melting. Like, he looks like a Gumby Scott Hall.
Gumby Scott Hall.
Yeah, he just... why the fuck did they bring this guy back? Like, they just did everything. They just did everything now to piss me off with this brand. Fucking Kali... Like, and here I was thinking,
Mike Kanellis.
Here I was thinking WWE's doing a great thing by getting rid of Del Perro, Del Taco, whatever you want to call him, Bad News Barrett, all these fucking goofs. And now you got, like, Mike Kanellis, Corbin, Kali, just all the people I can't stand, all on one show.
Yeah, literally, Raw has just Roman. And Roman's gotten to the point where I don't even, like... He doesn't even annoy me anymore. He's just more like... I see him as a heel now.
Roman's more like, alright, like, he's the... Like, the thing with Roman, it's kind of like how I view Randy Orton. I viewed Randy Orton for, like, the past, like, 6 years, where it's like, I just want to see the guy try. I just want to see him put on good performance, a good match, a good promo, something... Corbin, to me, is way worse than Roman Reigns. Way worse. Not saying Roman's that much greater, but he's way worse than Roman. Like...
No, it's because he's getting a push, even though he has no talent. He doesn't have a look. Yeah. He has nothing that can get him over. It's baffling. I understand why Roman gets pushed, because at the end of the day, he has something that Vince... I can understand why Vince would want him to be the top guy in the company, because he does have a look. With Puke, what the fuck does he have? What does he have, this guy?
the weird connection with the metal community, which one, he doesn't even look like a metal guy, and two, they don't even fucking use metal music as opening music anymore, which they should, for to simulate a sport where two guys are beating the shit out of each other. No, we're gonna fucking have two guys beat the shit out of each other to Rihanna music. Yeah, that'll
or
go
yeah,
over.
yeah, or whatever the top pop music is. I'm just waiting for the day that they use fucking like Taylor Swift or what's his face, the Bieber. They start using his fucking music
Oh,
because
don't
the
worry,
day's coming. The day is
summer's.
coming. You're gonna hear ah,
You know when you'll hear that? When WWE finally gets sick of Flo Rida and Pitbull. When
What?
they
Didn't they have a
finally get
fucking
sick of
Pitbull
them.
concert like a couple years ago? They did like a Pitbull thing.
Dude, Pitbull was the fucking opener. He was the opening theme song this year's Mania. They
Yeah,
used
that
that
was it. That was
song.
it.
Yeah, I think he performed live there too. That stupid red light green light bullshit song.
Did he?
No, yeah. Sorry guys. I'm sorry, Pat.
Sorry, we're going on a tangent. But don't they realize not to do live music? Like
Well, not
this
for not
builds up W.
nothing for nothing, but I loved it. Like I will take WrestleMania 17 all day. Where right before Triple H comes out, you had Lemmy. We are Motorhead, and we're gonna kick your ass. I'll take that all day, every day. That shit was awesome.
I mean, I can understand live music as as an entrance theme, like someone doing like a live orchestra for
But
like
see, look,
like if they had ever had like in a WWE match like at a WrestleMania,
you
and
know what?
like right before Stone Cold comes out, you see friggin' Disturbed.
You know when it worked when they had a band play the WrestleMania theme song or whatever, a pay per view song, when they
Yeah,
used a Limp Bizkit song back in 2003, and Limp Bizkit performed that theme song, and then right after that he plays Rollin' for the last time for Undertaker.
yeah.
Like he went from the WrestleMania theme song to them introducing a wrestler, so that made so much sense, and it came out fucking good. Again, Limp Bizkit's not the greatest live band, but at the same time, they at least did a good job for Mania. But again, like we said, we are on a tangent. Now, Jinder Mahal obviously retains with the help of Great Khali. Uh, just what it that and that'll forever be known as 3 hours. 3 hours plus, I should say. That I will never get back.
Never get back.
I will. This
Um,
pay per view should have been called Great Balls of Fire. This definitely should have been Great Balls of Fire.
no, this should have been called Great Blue Balls because 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 all the shit they built up, all the great like booking that was right there for the taking, and you just come out of the pay per view feeling like, yeah, no, I got cock teased, dude.
No, this isn't. No, this isn't.
This is blue balls, great blue balls. That's it. That's the name of the pay per view.
I would have said Great Impotence, but okay.
It makes sense because balls of fire means you're getting something. Blue balls, you got fucking cock teased for fucking 3 hours, and then nothing. You get a big fucking giant Indian guy, coming out. I hated Cully. I hated his so stupid fucking like. He sounds he sounds like it's fucking Down syndrome.
I just. Oh. Yeah, he sounds like it, and Lars Ulrich from Metallica looks like it.
They should have a tag team.
The name of the team, if they should come out to a System of Down song, and just call it that. Down of a syndrome, or syndrome of a down.
Oh my god.
And again, guys, for everybody on YouTube, sorry, this is what you're gonna get with this show. Just craziness and all that. This is what to kind of expect. But overall,
why did you need Khali for the Punjabi prison match when he never was in one?
He was in one. He was in the one with Batista, but again, no one members.
I remember he was supposed to be in one before that, and he got hurt. So they had an audible at the last moment. It was Undertaker and Big Show.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
And that was the best one. So those guys knew how to fucking work and tell a story, and they actually are fucking professionals. Not like this fucking lumbering oath. Overall, what's your grade on fucking Blue Balls here?
I give it I give it 10 out of 10 for waste of time.
I gave it 10 out of 10 for waste of time, and 2 giant thumbs down and 2 giant middle fingers up.
Which in our actual grade system, which would turn out to be, for real, I'm gonna give it probably like a 3 out of 10.
In a realistic, you're being generous, but I'm gonna probably have to go with a 3 out of 10 myself. Just to be fair.
Yeah,
I mean, you had a good.
This hasn't been the worst match. This hasn't been the worst pay-per-view I've ever seen.
Not the worst. I'd say it's probably the worst one of the year.
Oh yeah, by far.
Between this and Fastlane, maybe Fastlane was probably better. I mean, we had a bullshit main event, but at the same time, it's at least the crowd could have seen that, and some people were excited that. Because we gotta admit that people were excited to see Goldberg with the belt. People are not giving a fuck about Jinder Mahal as champion because no one knows who he is. No one knows dick about him.
Maharaja.
Well, with that, everybody, thank you all for tuning in to this edition of AM Thunder. The first one on YouTube, I want to say the 15th or 16th episode that we've ever done, as this is the sideshow of Kayfabe Talk Radio. And if you guys like what you hear, click on the links below for all our other shows, archives, etc., and when you can find this next. So, till next time, guys, keep it Kayfabe.
Keep it Kayfabe.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of what you just heard, please hit that subscribe button. And also, look down below. Look at all the links. That's where you can find us. EMWcreations.com/KTR. Also, Facebook.com/Kayfabe Talk Radio, where you can interact with us. Our Twitter links are also on there too. And if you want to search for us and listen to us on the go, iTunes and Stitcher. We are on there. So look on your Apple phone or Google Android phone. Till next time, guys, keep it Kayfabe.